Why do women who cheat still sleep with their husbands? Many women, despite having affairs, still crawl back into bed with their husbands. Diana, 50 years old, fears her husband suspects something, so she can't refuse him. Diana shares that her husband has always been suspicious. Despite being the same age as her, his health isn't as good, and he spends little time with her. Feeling lonely and suffering from insomnia, she started chatting with strangers over the phone. Recently, she met a man around her age, whose wife, like her, has gone through menopause. They got to know each other over conversations before eventually meeting in person. However, Diana's husband remained suspicious, frequently asking where she was and what she was doing. Fearing that he would grow even more suspicious, she couldn't reject him whenever he wanted intimacy. In addition to her fear, there are various reasons why a woman who cheats still doesn't refuse intimacy with her husband when she returns home. Financial dependence. Some women stay with their husbands not out of love, but because they need financial support. In today's world, it's difficult for women to exist without a man by their side. Even after cheating, they feel they need to rely on their husbands for assistance and support. Loving two people at once. Some women genuinely love their husbands, but also believe that their true love lies with the man outside their marriage. This presents a tough choice between their husband and their lover. While the affair might bring intense emotions, they still care for their husbands deeply and won't refuse them upon returning home. Guilt and trying to make amends. Some women deeply love their families and husbands, but are easily tempted by other men. They cheat to satisfy their own desires, but feel ashamed afterward. Upon returning home, they still obey their husband's wishes, out of guilt and an attempt to make up for their infidelity. Professions where women are more prone to cheat. Cheating might offer temporary satisfaction, but its consequences last a lifetime. Let's explore the professions where women are most likely to cheat. When it comes to the reasons behind infidelity, explanations range from inherent unfaithfulness to emotional deprivation. While cheating is a personal choice, certain professions make it easier for such behavior to occur. Office workers. Offices are one of the top environments where cheating happens. Women who work in offices are constantly surrounded by men with whom they share common professional interests. There are often successful, powerful men in the workplace, and women can easily fall for someone who is charming, well-spoken, and accomplished. Sales and marketing professionals. This profession involves a lot of customer interaction, whether in the office, at cafes, or even at private homes. The frequent contact makes it hard for some to control their emotions, especially when they need to keep clients happy. This increases the likelihood of developing feelings for their customers. Healthcare workers. The healthcare field has a high percentage of unfaithful women, with 23% of women in this sector admitting to cheating. Interestingly, only 5% of men in the medical field confess to infidelity on platforms like Ashley Madison, a dating site for married individuals. Executive assistants. Due to the nature of their job, women who work as personal assistants spend a lot of time with their bosses. This constant interaction can lead to emotional bonds, and long-time assistants often know their boss's habits intimately, sometimes becoming more than just secretaries in their boss's eyes. Entertainment industry. People in the entertainment industry are often led by their emotions. While they maintain a public image, they are susceptible to falling into the arms of someone who understands them, giving in to temptation rather quickly. Flight attendants. Flight attendants also have a high risk of infidelity. Many flight attendants are attractive, well-groomed, and fluent in multiple languages, making them appealing to others. Their constant travel also means they spend a lot of time away from home, further increasing the risk of cheating. Teachers. Teaching can be stressful and monotonous, leading female teachers to seek excitement or emotional connection outside their marriage. Real estate agents. Women in real estate or marketing tend to be highly persuasive and well-spoken, often working with wealthy male clients. It's not surprising that many are attracted to successful, confident men they meet through work, businesswomen. Successful businesswomen are more likely to cheat because their financial power gives them more freedom and opportunities to engage in affairs. Stay-at-home wives. Don't assume that stay-at-home wives are always faithful. Though they might spend their days taking care of the house and children, this doesn't mean they won't seek comfort elsewhere. In fact, stay-at-home wives have a surprisingly high rate of infidelity, comparable to women in office settings. Loneliness and isolation at home can drive them to look for emotional and physical comfort outside their marriage. The biggest fears women have after cheating. What are women most afraid of after cheating for the first time? Let's hear from 3 women about their fears. Fear of being kicked out with nowhere to go. Helen, 32, has been married for 10 years. Although her relationship with her husband started strong, things began to deteriorate over time. When conflicts arose, neither of them was willing to compromise. Feeling uncertain about her husband's love, Helen began an affair. She admits she wasn't prepared to end her marriage, but wanted something different. After the affair started, she became terrified that her husband would find out and throw her out, leaving her with no place to go. Although she didn't want to give up her affair, the fear of losing her home haunted her. Fear of her children finding out. Vivian has been married for many years, and although her relationship with her husband worsened, she stayed for the sake of her children. As they entered middle age, Vivian and her husband grew distant, almost like strangers. Eventually, they started sleeping in separate rooms, and the emotional distance gave rise to her extramarital relationships. However, she feared that her children would discover her affair, and every time she looked at them, guilt weighed heavily on her heart. Fear of her husband ruining her reputation. Hannah's husband is quick-tempered and impulsive. His anger, combined with his drinking and smoking habits, made her want to leave the marriage many times. Despite her desire to divorce, family pressures kept her in the marriage. When Hannah started her affair, she worried that if her husband found out, he would act recklessly, possibly trying to ruin her reputation or attack her character. This fear left her feeling trapped and anxious, the age when women are most likely to cheat. Studies show that women in their 30s are more likely to cheat. During this time, their careers and family lives are more stable, giving them more financial and social resources. However, they also face increased responsibilities and life pressures, which can lead to dissatisfaction in marriage. As women in their 30s feel more tempted by new experiences, the risk of infidelity increases. Reasons behind women's infidelity. The psychological and emotional motivations for infidelity vary widely. Beyond age, factors such as unhappiness in marriage, emotional deprivation, and the desire for excitement can push women toward affairs. For some, infidelity is a way to escape or seek validation and emotional fulfillment. However, this doesn't mean that every woman in her 30s will cheat. Each person's situation and motivations are unique. How to address the risk of infidelity for women. The key to preventing infidelity is building a strong marriage and family life. Communication is vital. Couples should strive to understand each other's needs, share their emotions, and work together to maintain a stable, happy relationship. Investing in the marriage, prioritizing each other's emotional needs, and pursuing personal growth are all crucial steps to safeguarding against infidelity. Confessions of unfaithful women. Most women cheat to satisfy 3 core desires. While society often condemns women who cheat, labeling it as immoral, the reality is that many women in difficult marriages are seeking more happiness than their spouse can provide. Here are the 3 main reasons why women cheat. 1. To fulfill their desire for romance. Women, at their core, are romantic beings. No matter their age, they long for the feeling of being in love. However, after marriage, 99% of women lose the sense of romance they once cherished. Instead, they are consumed by the daily grind of life. Even if there is love in the marriage, the pressures of work and life often overshadow romance. Without feeling cherished or valued, many women turn to others for what they believe is true love. 2. To validate their attractiveness, time can be cruel to a woman's appearance. No matter how old she is, she still craves compliments and recognition from others. If her husband no longer compliments her, this lack of validation can drive her to seek it from others. When a woman feels unappreciated, her desire to prove her attractiveness can lead her into an affair. 3. To seek a better life, as time passes, life can become monotonous, and some women begin to feel disillusioned with marriage. Economic pressures and the repetitive nature of daily life make them long for something better. They may lose feelings for their husbands and want to end the marriage, hoping for a new life with someone else. However, it's important to remember that love fades after the initial excitement, and relationships settle into a rhythm. Before making any decisions, women must carefully consider the consequences of stepping into a new relationship. When men cheat, they lose their family. What do women lose when they cheat? If a man cheats and his wife finds out, if she forgives him, he will still live boldly. But when a woman cheats, the road back is almost non-existent. In life, everyone condemns men for being unfaithful and easily changing their hearts. But without women, who would men cheat with? When men cheat, women will resort to anger and revenge. At that moment, a woman may feel as if she's gone mad, her pride as a woman crushed. On the other hand, when a man finds out his wife has cheated, he will quietly handle everything without making a big fuss. A woman who sleeps with another man loses her virtue, since ancient times. Women have always valued virtue. A faithful woman is one who earns the respect of others. Virtue is something that must be built throughout a lifetime, but it turns to dust once a woman removes her clothes and sleeps with another man. Everyone desires happiness, and if women want that, they need to know their boundaries in relationships. If a woman is married or knows that the man she is seeing is married, she must respect herself. A woman who can guard her virtue will not attract men who stray. As the saying goes, a mother's virtue is the most valuable gift she can give her children, especially her daughters. When removing your clothes to sleep with another man, think about the people you've given life to and those who gave you life. Women who cheat need to remember that men may easily express love, but no one would ever marry a woman who has betrayed her husband. A cheating woman loses the trust of her husband and children. When a man cheats, if his wife forgives him, he will still live confidently. But when a woman cheats, the way back is nearly impossible. Some domineering men automatically regard a cheating wife as worthless. A man may allow himself to have extramarital affairs and deceive his wife, but he will never accept his wife sleeping with another man. Women might easily forgive a cheating husband for the sake of their children. But men will never forgive their cheating wives. Therefore, if a marriage is unhappy, women should be upfront with their husbands, not stray. Why do men prefer young women or experienced women, and why? A survey has shown the answer. Today, people's views on life are much more open and relaxed. The issue of virginity is no longer as heavily imposed as it once was. However, this issue still sparks plenty of debate whenever it's brought up. Logically, men want a virgin bride. But instinctively, they cannot resist the allure of an experienced woman. That is the paradox of men. Men are regarded as the most greedy creatures, wanting everything to be perfect, including their partners. In a survey of 25 single men, who had sexual relationships with at least 2 different women, 14 preferred a virgin wife, while 11 did not place much importance on whether a woman was still a virgin. Although this small survey doesn't reflect all men, it highlights the irony of how men desire virgin partners, while they themselves are far from innocent. Even men admit they are often unsure of what they truly want. Logically, they want a virgin, but instinctively they are drawn to experienced women. A pure lover and an experienced one are 2 strong desires for men, but it's nearly impossible for men today. Influenced by foreign films, some young people have a very casual view of love and virginity. Many young men, whether in love or not, easily seduce their girlfriends with lines like "if you don't, it shows you don't love me," or by sulking and getting upset, causing many young women to give in. But the result is often that once satisfied, the man disappears. Many women appear radiant at their wedding but soon become despondent when they realize their modern husband cannot accept that she has been intimate with another man before him. These situations happen often around us. The ideal woman in men's eyes is beautiful, attractive, and intelligent. Men often joke that beauty and brains are inversely proportional. Yet they still expect their partner to have both. Of course, this is not entirely unreasonable, but women argue that before demanding perfection, men should ask themselves if they deserve it. Like attracts like. A strong and independent woman will always attract men, but such women often live according to their own preferences, which men may not be satisfied with. Men expect their strong-willed women to be obedient yet independent, caring but not overbearing. When a woman cheats, she loses 3 privileges she previously granted to her husband. The first is attention. She shifts her focus from her husband to her lover. The second is physical intimacy. A cheating woman will often avoid intimacy with her husband because she's tired of her ordinary life. The third is patience. When she cheats, her dissatisfaction with her husband grows, and she will no longer tolerate him. Women who cheat are more likely to lose their emotional connection to their husbands and may even withdraw from their marriage entirely. If you notice these signs, it's important to address them before it's too late. Women lose 3 privileges when they cheat. As mentioned earlier, women who cheat transfer their care and attention from their husbands to their lovers. This is the first noticeable change. Their previous care for their husbands diminishes, and their focus shifts entirely to their new relationship. They become indifferent to their husband's actions, as if they no longer care about their marriage. Marriage is often built on love, but many couples find that over time, their feelings for each other fade. These cracks in the relationship create gaps that neither party intended. Refusal of intimacy. A woman who cheats will likely begin to avoid intimate relations with her husband. We all know that a harmonious sex life strengthens the bond between a husband and wife. However, when a woman has an affair, she becomes disillusioned with her everyday life and yearns for the excitement and romance she finds with her lover. She may also fear that her secret will be exposed during intimate moments with her husband. Loss of patience. Another clear sign of a woman who cheats is her loss of patience with her husband. Even if she had previously endured his behavior, after cheating, she becomes less tolerant. This emotional change will influence her actions, and the shifts in her behavior will be noticeable. If you find that your wife is growing indifferent, losing patience, or rejecting the intimacy of your marriage, it could be a sign that she is either already cheating or on the verge of doing so. At that point, you need to act quickly to address the situation if you still love her and want to save your family. Why do some women continue to sleep with their husbands after cheating? Many women, despite having affairs, still return to sleep with their husbands. For example, Mrs. Dow, a 50-year-old woman, shared that she felt her husband had become suspicious of her. Although they were the same age, she felt more energetic than her husband, who spent less time with her. Lonely and suffering from insomnia, she often chatted with strangers over the phone. Recently, she became close to a man her age, whose wife had also gone through menopause. Although her husband had grown suspicious, Mrs. Dow could not refuse her husband's advances, because she feared his suspicion would worsen, besides loneliness. There are other reasons why some women cheat, but still maintain intimacy with their husbands, such as financial dependence. Some women stay with their husbands not because of love, but because they feel they need a man to support them in society. Even after having an affair, they may still feel the need to rely on their husband, loving 2 people at the same time. Some women genuinely love their husbands, but feel that their true emotional fulfillment lies in another man. This creates a difficult situation, as they are torn between their husband and their lover. Some women may still deeply love their families, but are unable to resist temptation, leading them to cheat for personal satisfaction. After cheating, they may feel guilty and try to compensate by being compliant with their husband's demands. Women in these professions are more likely to cheat. Although cheating can fulfill a temporary need, the consequences last forever. Which professions are most likely to lead women to cheat? Victoria Milan, a website designed for men and women seeking secret, extramarital affairs, conducted a survey of 5,658 women who had or were currently cheating on their partners. The results showed that 65% of the women admitted to cheating at work. However, 85% of those surveyed said they didn't want to sleep with their colleagues, even though they believed a workplace romance could make life more exciting. Top professions where women are likely to cheat: office workers. The office is a place where affairs often occur, because women interact with male colleagues daily. They share work-related concerns and can develop emotional connections with successful men who have charm and power. Marketing and sales agents. These women interact with clients everywhere, from the office to cafes, even at home, making it easy for emotions to take over. Sometimes, they need to please their clients, which increases the chances of forming romantic relationships. Healthcare workers. The healthcare sector ranks high in terms of infidelity, with 23% of users in this field admitting to cheating. Only 5% of male healthcare workers admitted to using Ashley Madison, a dating site for married individuals, Other professions include secretaries, the entertainment industry, flight attendants, teachers, real estate agents, businesswomen, and housewives. Each profession presents unique risks that may lead to infidelity due to emotional or circumstantial factors. Secretaries. Due to the nature of their work, secretaries often spend a lot of time with their bosses. They communicate, call, and meet every day, which makes it easy for emotional bonds to form between the two. After working together for a long time, the boss may begin to see the secretary as more than just an employee. Many secretaries know their boss's habits well and are always ready to cater to them. Over time, some bosses may start to treat their secretaries as a second wife, and few women can resist the allure of such a relationship, especially if their boss is powerful and successful. Entertainment industry. People working in the entertainment field are often emotionally driven. While they have to maintain a polished public image, they may easily fall into romantic relationships with someone who shares their emotional wavelength. It's not uncommon for celebrities or entertainers to enter affairs despite their need to uphold their public image. Flight attendants. Recently, flight attendants have been ranked right after entertainers for the risk of infidelity. These women are often attractive, well-groomed, and fluent in multiple languages. Because of the nature of their job, which requires them to travel frequently both domestically and internationally, they spend a lot of time away from home. This distance can increase the risk of emotional or physical affairs. Teachers. Teaching can be a monotonous and stressful job. Female teachers may seek new emotional experiences to fill the void in their lives. They may desire a connection that goes beyond their daily routines, which can make them vulnerable to extramarital affairs. Real estate agents. Women working in real estate are often highly skilled in persuasion and interaction. They frequently meet with successful men, which can lead to temptations. In their line of work, real estate agents must quickly shift clients' attention from one property to another if the first doesn't meet their expectations. In the same way, if a client doesn't like the first option they present, they may move on to other opportunities with ease. These women often meet affluent and charming men, making them prone to infidelity. Businesswomen. Businesswomen are often associated with a high rate of infidelity. Studies show that the risk of infidelity increases with wealth. The more successful a businesswoman becomes, the higher the temptation for affairs, as power and money often come with increased opportunities for romantic encounters. Housewives. Don't assume that women who stay home all day, taking care of household chores, are always faithful. Although they may spend most of their time at home, this doesn't mean they are immune to infidelity. In fact, housewives have nearly the same infidelity rate as office workers. Their feelings of loneliness, isolation, and frustration can lead them to seek comfort and excitement elsewhere. Housewives, despite their domestic role, may develop emotional or physical relationships outside the home if they feel neglected or unfulfilled. Housewives continued. Housewives are often underestimated when it comes to infidelity. While they may spend most of their time at home, their feelings of loneliness and lack of emotional fulfillment can drive them to seek comfort and excitement outside of their marriage. This isolation, coupled with the repetitive nature of household chores, can lead them to stray. Despite their commitment to their home and family, housewives, like any other women, may feel tempted by the attention of another man, especially if they feel neglected by their husbands. Some housewives may even maintain affairs while continuing to live with their husbands, seeking emotional or financial support from both. In conclusion, women in different professions face different risks and opportunities for infidelity. Whether it's due to emotional needs, dissatisfaction with their marriage, or temptation from outside sources, women, like men, are susceptible to cheating. However, the consequences are often more severe for women. Cheating can lead to a loss of virtue, trust, and family stability. Therefore, it is crucial for both men and women to communicate openly address issues in their marriage, and respect each other's boundaries to maintain a healthy and lasting relationship. What do women who cheat desire most in men? 99% crave one thing. What do women who cheat like most about the men they're involved with? This is likely a question that arises when a husband or man starts noticing strange behaviors or changes and suspects his wife is cheating behind his back. A warm embrace ready to protect. For women, the most important thing when they feel confused, anxious, or exhausted is a man who is willing to drop everything to come to their side, to hold them and comfort them. A warm embrace that's always ready to provide protection, no matter the situation or circumstance. Women are emotional beings and can easily be moved by the loving and attentive actions of the third party. Leading to infidelity. Attracted by the strength of the lover. There are many definitions when it comes to a man's strength, but many women are attracted to a man's outward appearance, his muscular body, his loud, commanding voice, his readiness to take on difficult tasks. Women love this kind of outward strength because it makes them feel like they don't have to be too tough, knowing they will be protected and cared for. Satisfaction through material wealth. Everyone desires and wants a life that is financially stable and free from worries. Material temptations are one of the leading causes of many broken marriages and family separations. Women often have specific tastes in fashion and jewelry. So if they meet someone who loves them and has financial means, they are easily tempted and may cheat. Sex is a significant factor. A woman's sexual needs can be just as high as a man's, but the difference is they tend to suppress or hide these desires. However, when these needs are not met for an extended period, it can leave women feeling unsatisfied and seeking fulfillment from another man. Infidelity due to sexual desires is common in the cases that detectives investigate. When you suspect or know for sure that your wife is cheating behind your back, it's crucial to stay calm and use logic to assess the situation before taking any action. In cases where the situation can't be saved, you may want to consider hiring a private investigator to gather evidence and gain an advantage in court. Ensuring your rights and the rights of your children. Women who enjoy doing these 4 things are more likely to cheat. If your wife increasingly enjoys doing these 4 things, it's a sign that she might be inclined towards infidelity, and you should pay attention. Some of the main reasons for women cheating include a lack of love in the marriage, dissatisfaction with sexual intimacy, a desire for revenge if the husband has been unfaithful, or conflicts with in-laws that strain the relationship. Whatever the reason may be, infidelity is always wrong. However, when a woman falls into this trap and lacks clarity of mind, it's challenging to break free. Today, it's not just men, women also have a growing tendency to cheat. If a woman increasingly enjoys these 4 things, her likelihood of cheating rises. Sleeping alone. For older couples, sleeping separately to get a good night's sleep is understandable, but for younger couples, sleeping in separate beds is a major factor that can negatively impact the marriage. Many parents advise their daughters that even if their husband snores, they should try not to sleep apart unless they intend to divorce. So, if a woman chooses not to sleep with her husband, the chances of infidelity are high. Rarely talking to her partner. Remember the days when you first fell in love. There were endless things to talk about, and whenever you met, you couldn't stop talking. But now, for some reason, she has stopped communicating. She has nothing to say to you, and she rarely spends time with you, even feeling embarrassed or awkward when you're together. If your wife displays these signs, the possibility that she has someone else is very high. Avoiding staying at home. When the emotional connection between a husband and wife is lost, the home becomes cold and unwelcoming. She no longer wants to come home after work and uses every opportunity to go out. A woman who no longer likes being at home is hard to control. And if she starts doing this, she might be cheating, and divorce may be inevitable. Wanting a divorce, clearly, this is a sign of impatience. No matter what she does, she feels dissatisfied, her mood is bad, and she simply doesn't like being with her partner. When a woman casually mentions wanting a divorce after an argument, it's often because she believes that being with another man will solve her problems. Divorce is not the best solution, but in her mind, it seems like the answer to being with the man she loves. 8 signs a woman is lacking a man's presence. Women need the care and attention of a man. When this is missing, there will be signs affecting her mental and physical well-being. Even her appearance. The first sign is insomnia. When women lack care and attention from a man, they often feel anxious and have difficulty sleeping, which over time will affect their health and spirit. Mood changes and irritability. Women who are not receiving love and attention tend to feel sad and frustrated, leading to irritability. This is another sign that she may be missing a man in her life. Dreaming about sexual encounters. When women's sexual needs are not being met, they often have dreams about sex. These dreams may vary from innocent to wild. Gaining weight. Women who lack a man's presence often eat more and gain weight. Emotional eating, combined with reduced physical activity, can lead to weight gain. Feeling lonely. Loneliness is another sign. Women who lack a man's companionship may feel empty and isolated, which can lead to depression over time, forgetfulness and lack of concentration. When women feel stressed and tired, it affects their memory and concentration. Changes in eating habits. Women who are lacking a man's presence may eat irregularly, sometimes eating too much or too little. Changes in appearance. When a woman lacks a man's presence, she may neglect her appearance, and this can lead to her looking worse than before. These are the 8 signs that a woman is missing a man. If you're experiencing one of these, it's time to address the issue to improve your well-being. 99% of women who cheat share this one trait. Once love fades and communication breaks down, both men and women can fall into extramarital relationships. Especially in modern society, the likelihood of cheating is increasing. Women now have more relationships and opportunities than ever before. If she shows the following signs, be cautious and try to bring her back before things go too far. Paying more attention to her appearance. It's undeniable that marriage often causes people to neglect themselves, especially women, who take on the sacred roles of mother and wife. When a woman suddenly starts to care about her appearance more, spending time at salons and spas, neglecting the family, it's a clear sign that she may be cheating. Be more attentive to her, because she may already be involved in an affair. Secret texting. 99% of women who cheat share this one trait. Once a woman is married, she usually doesn't spend much time on social media or with friends anymore. She tends to focus all her attention on her family. If she is texting or hanging out with friends, it's usually occasional. But if one day she suddenly becomes more interested in her phone, receiving mysterious messages labeled as being from old friends, it might not be an old friend at all, but a new lover. Pay close attention and investigate further, as she may already be showing signs of infidelity. Avoiding physical intimacy. Unlike men, who often love with their eyes, women tend to fall for sweet words from their men. If she truly loves you, even when you upset her, a few sweet words can quickly calm her down. But if one day, your soothing words no longer work, and she seems uninterested in anything you do, even avoiding small gestures, like holding hands or touching, this may indicate that she is emotionally cheating. She might be avoiding not only physical intimacy, but also simple affection, like touching or holding hands, which could be signs of emotional infidelity. Engaging in more social meetings. Another common trait in 99% of women who cheat is the increase in social meetings. It wouldn't be strange if this were for work-related reasons. But for women who cheat, they seem to have endless meetings with clients. With noticeable changes in behavior, like extra attention to their appearance, makeup, and clothing. They no longer dedicate as much time to their family, often coming home late, or sometimes not at all. Becoming more beautiful suddenly. This might seem confusing, Why does becoming more attractive indicate cheating? Let me explain. It's not that looking better means cheating, but if you've grown accustomed to seeing your wife in a casual, simple manner every day, and then she suddenly starts looking exceptionally beautiful without any reason, it's a red flag. This change in appearance might remind you of how she looked when you were first dating. Unfortunately, she may be falling in love with someone else, and this transformation is a sign of her emotional affair, neglecting the family more than before, unlike men, who often cheat due to unsatisfied sexual needs and still return to their family. Women tend to cheat when they are emotionally attached to someone else. When a woman cheats, it's because she truly loves the other man. She will try to spend as much time with him as possible, even neglecting her husband and children. Although some women might not completely abandon their family responsibilities, you may notice that their attention is no longer fully dedicated. Meals, once cooked with care, now might be replaced with rushed restaurant dinners. This is a clear sign of a woman who is emotionally detached from her family. Vague answers to questions. Have you ever wondered what the most noticeable sign of infidelity is? Let me tell you. When someone is hiding something, they tend to act suspiciously. A woman who is cheating might start stammering or giving unclear responses when asked about her whereabouts or activities, especially if these questions touch on sensitive topics like the other man. Even if she answers calmly, you may notice that her answers seem too perfect, almost rehearsed, which can raise further suspicion. Research has shown that 99% of cheating women have this trait. At a certain age, women are more likely to cheat, and men should be cautious. Studies have revealed that women are more likely to cheat at certain ages, particularly in their 30s. During this stage, their career and family life tend to stabilize, but they might face family responsibilities and the pressures of life. This can lead to dissatisfaction with their marital life, making them seek new excitement and satisfaction elsewhere. Increased exposure to the opposite sex, along with psychological temptations, further raises the risk of infidelity. The reasons and motivations behind cheating. The psychological reasons behind infidelity vary greatly. Besides age-related factors, other issues like an unhappy marriage, emotional detachment, confusion about self-identity, and the desire for excitement or self-fulfillment can push women to cheat. For some, cheating can even be a way to escape or pursue validation and emotional fulfillment. However, this doesn't mean that all women will cheat at a certain age. Circumstances and motivations are different for each person. Dealing with the risk of infidelity, regardless of the reasons, cheating is always wrong. For women, the key to avoiding infidelity is to build a healthy marriage and family life. You should cultivate a strong bond with your partner, communicate openly, and understand each other's needs and emotions. Work together to maintain the stability and happiness of your marriage. Building emotional closeness with your spouse, invest in your marriage and your family. Pay attention to your partner's emotional needs and create a meaningful and fulfilling life together. Personal growth. Develop personal interests and career goals to enhance your self-worth and satisfaction while reducing dependence on external validation. Seeking help. If you encounter problems in your marriage or are emotionally distressed, seek professional help from marriage counseling or psychological services promptly. Infidelity in women is a complex and sensitive subject in relationships. While women may be more likely to cheat at certain ages, each person's circumstances and motivations differ. Building a healthy marriage and family life is the best way to prevent infidelity. We should cherish and nurture our marriages, working together to create a happy and stable partnership. 9 signs of women cheating through daily activities. The rate of women cheating is increasing rapidly. These are the signs of women cheating that husbands or people around them can notice through daily activities. Compared to the rate of men cheating, the rate of women cheating is increasing faster. A cheating wife will leave behind clues of change through her daily routine. Suddenly becoming more beautiful. If a woman suddenly wants to change herself and looks more beautiful, it is often a suspicious sign. It could be because she experienced a shock and wants to change herself, or because someone else is paying attention to her, making her want to look more attractive. After getting married, women often forget the habit of taking care of themselves. They often devote all their time and energy to their family. If one day, nothing seems unusual in your household, and nothing is strange in your wife's life, but she suddenly changes her appearance and becomes much more beautiful, then be cautious. She starts changing her hairstyle, her way of dressing, and even enjoys wearing makeup more, even when going out just to eat or exercise. Your wife may want to appear more attractive to get your attention, but she might also want someone else to notice her more. A thoughtful and observant husband can figure out the reason for his wife's change. Women who are cheating often show emotional changes more clearly than men. If she laughs to herself or daydreams from time to time, she might be emotionally cheating, thinking about another man. Often coming home late or going on business trips. If your wife, who used to love spending time with family, now comes home late or frequently goes on sudden business trips, this can be a sign of concern. When a married woman suddenly makes these changes, it might mean she is no longer prioritizing her family. She could want to spend more time on her career, or possibly with another man. Frequently hanging out with friends. If your wife spends more time socializing with friends without her husband around, this could be another suspicious sign in marriage. A mindful husband should recognize whether these gatherings are just to relieve stress, or if they are becoming more frequent and unusual. Cheating through social media. As society progresses, social media becomes an easy platform for cheating. Women who cheat online often display behaviors, such as not allowing their husbands to check their phones, posting strange status updates, or making calls and sending messages secretly. Sudden interest in her husband's schedule. According to relationship experts, if a wife suddenly becomes very interested in her husband's schedule, it could be a sign of cheating. If she starts asking where he's going and when he'll be back, initially, the husband may think she's showing concern, but he should be alert if the questions become more frequent and seem odd. Easier to get irritated with her husband. When women cheat, they love their husbands less and show more affection for their lover. As a result, they become more frustrated with their husband's faults or shortcomings, leading to frequent irritation. Affecting the family atmosphere. Avoiding eye contact. A cheating woman may avoid eye contact due to feelings of guilt. Try looking directly into her eyes and observe her reaction. Unclear use of family money. While men may hide money when they cheat, women tend to secretly use the family's finances. A husband who closely monitors family spending might notice a missing amount. Women usually don't spend as much as men when cheating, but there will still be some unexplained expenses. 4 things women fear most when being checked by their husbands. Psychologists say phones and handbags are the things women try to hide and fear their husbands checking when cheating. Fear of phone checks. If previously your wife left her phone anywhere without worry, but now keeps it carefully and even locks it with a password, it's because her phone contains everything her husband doesn't know about. The simple truth is that a cheating woman's phone holds all the secrets, and although she may try to hide them, phones are easy to check and expose. That's why women fear their husbands checking their phones after they cheat. Handbags. Normally, women don't like others touching their handbags, because they contain all their secrets, especially if she just returned from seeing her lover. Personal items in her handbag may carry unfamiliar scents, like a man's cologne or a small gift from her lover. So, if her husband touches her bag, or tries to hang it up for her, it will make her anxious. At this point, the husband might not notice anything and may just be trying to help, but in the mind of someone hiding something, they'll feel like they're being caught. Clothes. No wife would be uncomfortable with her husband doing laundry unless she has something to hide. Usually, this odd request is related to infidelity, as unfamiliar scents may linger on her clothes. Sensitive areas. The neck is the most sensitive and easiest place to leave marks after passionate encounters. If her husband checks these areas, a cheating wife will feel nervous immediately. Eyes that avoid contact. A woman who's lying will feel guilty, and her eyes will behave oddly, especially when discussing topics like loyalty and betrayal. Anyone hiding something won't be able to maintain the calm they need. Keep an eye on her eyes. If she can't look at you directly, or blinks repeatedly, it's a sign of dishonesty. Why do men fall for married women? While single women are beautiful, there's something more appealing about married women. Most men have fantasized about having relationships with married women. There's something about their grace that makes them irresistible. Many men openly admit that they've had crushes on a married neighbor or colleague. Married women often have more confidence than their single counterparts, or younger girls. This confidence shines through in their speech, actions, and behavior, making them more charming and attractive. Married women know what men want. Having been through marriage, they have the experience to observe and understand men's needs. They can quickly assess a man and develop a relationship if they wish. They are more comfortable with themselves. Women who have been through various stages of love and marriage tend to be more comfortable with themselves. They understand their strengths and rarely feel insecure. At a certain point, married women realize their potential in various areas of life, making them more attractive and confident. They are calm and tactful, unlike young girls who may act impulsively when angry, causing harm to both themselves and their partners. Married women have the ability to control their emotions. They approach problems calmly and tactfully, which makes men feel secure and cared for. They are not easily conquered. Very few married women have the intention of engaging in extramarital affairs. They are not easily swayed or fall for someone quickly. On the contrary, men often possess a strong instinct for conquest, and the more difficult something is to obtain, the more it drives their determination. They have relatively attractive bodies. Most married women maintain relatively attractive physiques, often possessing curves that catch the attention of men. If they know how to dress and highlight their beauty, few men can resist looking at them. They are straightforward and open. Married women tend to be direct in conversations, clearly expressing their opinions without beating around the bush. This makes their conversations more engaging, as men appreciate the honesty and clarity. As a result, men often feel a connection and enjoy discussing various topics with these women. They possess multiple great skills. A married woman often plays both the role of a wife and a mother. She knows how to attract a man with her charm and simultaneously take care of him with great attention. This combination easily makes men fall for her, which is not surprising. What women in their 40s need most? Women in their 40s need 4 key things to feel happy. First, they need personal space. At this age, work and family life have typically stabilized, but after a busy day, women need time for themselves to rest, meet friends, or travel. Only with this personal space can they find balance in their lives. Second, they need understanding from their partner. Regardless of age, women always desire understanding from their spouse. However, at 40, the physical and psychological changes they face mean they need even more emotional support from their partner to deal with life's challenges. Third, they need respect for their children's development. At 40, children are often entering their teenage years, a time when they may become rebellious. This can be stressful for mothers, who need their spouse's support to guide their children while respecting their individuality. Fourth, they need financial independence. As blunt as it may sound, money is essential for happiness. By 40, financial responsibilities typically increase, so women feel more secure when they have control over their finances. This financial independence gives them confidence when facing difficulties. What do women lose when they cheat? When men cheat, if their wives forgive them, they can still live with dignity. However, when women cheat, they lose everything. Society harshly criticizes women for infidelity, even though men who cheat wouldn't have anyone to do so with if there weren't unfaithful women involved. When men cheat, their wives may respond angrily and dramatically, while women remain calm and silent when their husbands cheat. A woman's infidelity leads to the loss of her virtue. From ancient times until now, women have always valued their virtue. A faithful woman is respected by others, and this virtue is something that takes a lifetime to build. However, it will turn to dust the moment a woman cheats. If a woman cheats, she loses the trust of her husband and children. When a man cheats, if his wife forgives him, he continues living proudly, but when a woman cheats, there is often no way back. Many men consider a cheating wife as worthless and cannot tolerate her being with another man. While women may forgive a cheating husband for the sake of the family, men find it almost impossible to forgive a wife's infidelity.
Women who cheat almost always crave these four things. Women are often willing to give everything in a relationship, offering all they have, yet they lack the rationality to control their emotions. This is the most fundamental reason why they may let go and stray. In fact, both men and women are similar when it comes to engaging with the opposite sex. They also have certain emotional needs. These needs form the foundation for them to be willing to engage in a sexual relationship. The desires they seek most are nothing other than the following four things. First, the sense of security. Most women value themselves and know how to respect and protect their bodies. They also understand that any sexual relationship with the opposite sex requires true emotional commitment. Every sexual relationship only progresses after the emotional foundation has reached a certain level, except for cases where sexual acts are purely for physical satisfaction. This type of relationship exists solely to fulfill the most primal desires of human beings, and it doesn't meet the conditions we're discussing here. As a result, women often hope their partner will take responsibility. If the partner walks away after sex, it could be extremely dangerous for women. A lack of security is a deeply unsettling experience and can leave women with psychological scars that are hard to heal. These scars might make them fear intimacy later in life. When someone looks to another for help with important matters, they often turn to someone more responsible, because such individuals are generally more reliable. Women, being naturally sensitive and prone to doubt, will feel insecure when they are emotionally vulnerable, making it hard for them to entrust themselves to others. Secondly, women desire care. Everyone wants to have a beautiful and unforgettable love. Only with the support of true love can an intimate relationship become harmonious and happy. Women often express that they like men who are patient with them because they need meticulous and thoughtful care. This is their ideal type of love. Everything they want revolves around being cared for, not because they lack love, but because they need companionship. They dislike living a lonely life. Without men in their lives, they may feel emotionally weak and unfulfilled. Additionally, showing care is the simplest and most direct way to express love. In other words, if you neglect your girlfriend over small matters, one day you may lose her. Thirdly, emotional and physical empathy. For couples to live together and grow old, the most important condition is emotional empathy, followed by physical empathy. Physical needs are the most primitive instincts of human beings, but if two people lack emotional connection, pure physical intimacy will be nothing more than a display of primal urges. When women engage in relationships with the opposite sex, they naturally don't want to build such relationships on an empty foundation. If emotional empathy isn't strong, how can physical intimacy flourish? Fourth, novelty. Both women and men experience the same emotions and desires, but women's expressions are often less apparent than men's. If the relationship has become stale, with neither partner tolerating the other, they may begin to feel disgusted with each other. For both men and women, novelty acts as the best lubricant in love, but it is hard to control. It's not easy to continuously create novelty in a relationship, and this is one of the main reasons why many couples drift apart after the initial passion fades. When women cheat, four major changes occur that they often acknowledge. If men cheat mainly due to unsatisfied sexual needs, many wives cheat due to emotional hurt or emotional deprivation. It is often said that men are the ones who cheat, but after much research, psychologists have concluded that women cheat almost as often as men. So, what are the signs that women are cheating? Regarding sex, when a wife is having an affair, her emotional attachment to her husband diminishes. As a result, the sexual connection with her husband is no longer as passionate as it used to be. She will become indifferent and avoid intimacy with you. The frequency of sexual relations between husband and wife will drop sharply. The reason for this is that women usually only have sex with someone they love. Additionally, one sign that your wife may be cheating is that she becomes more active in bed, trying new positions more frequently. She may also become indifferent during kisses, giving only light pecks, or pushing you away with excuses to start an argument. A woman who is cheating will often display another sign, finding frequent excuses to argue and avoid spending time with you, thus creating opportunities to be with the man who is capturing her interest. Sometimes, even a small mistake by the husband is enough for the woman to use as an excuse for a heated argument, making it difficult for the couple to reconcile. Paying attention to her appearance. If your wife suddenly starts focusing excessively on her appearance, spending hours preparing to go to the gym or a grocery store, it may indicate that there's someone she wants to impress. She might also start being more diligent with her skincare routine, applying face masks, and using beauty creams. If you notice that she is looking slimmer and more radiant, don't automatically assume it's for your benefit. She might be doing it for someone else. Don't be too quick to celebrate. Another sign is increased irritability when at home. If men cheat mainly because their sexual needs aren't being met, many women cheat because of emotional hurt or emotional neglect from their husbands. Women who feel emotionally deprived are more likely to fall into the arms of another man who offers comfort and understanding. Guilt toward her husband and family often makes women who cheat fearful that the truth will be discovered. This fear can manifest as irritability or frustration when her husband questions her loyalty. Women who cheat may try to deflect or steer the conversation in a different direction to avoid suspicion. Additionally, neglecting family responsibilities is a red flag. Women who cheat may no longer take care of their household duties or show the same interest in their husband and children. If your wife frequently uses work as an excuse to come home late or spends excessive time on social media or her phone, these are signs that she might be unfaithful. The daily habits of a cheating woman can be subtle but noticeable. The rate of women cheating is on the rise. Compared to men, more and more women are engaging in extramarital affairs. A wife who is cheating will often show changes in her daily life, such as a sudden improvement in appearance. If your wife, who once devoted all her time to family, suddenly starts paying attention to her looks, this may be suspicious. Women who cheat often want to appear more attractive to others, and changes in hairstyle, fashion, or makeup may indicate that she is trying to catch the attention of someone else. Signs of emotional infidelity are also visible when a woman seems more joyful than usual or daydreams frequently, possibly thinking about another man. If your wife used to prioritize family time, but now often comes home late, or goes on frequent business trips, this could be another sign that her emotional focus has shifted. Spending more time with friends than with family can also raise suspicion. Social gatherings without her husband can be a way for her to escape the pressures of family life and spend time with someone else. Frequent meetups with friends, particularly without her husband, may be another sign that something is amiss in the relationship. Cheating via social media has become increasingly common. A woman who is unfaithful online may hide her phone, post strange statuses, or act secretive about her messages. If your wife becomes evasive when asked about her online activities, this may be a sign of infidelity. Similarly, if she suddenly becomes more inquisitive about your schedule, where you're going and what time you'll be back, this could indicate that she's trying to ensure she has time to meet someone else. Another common sign of infidelity is when a woman avoids eye contact when questioned about loyalty. Guilt often causes her to avert her gaze or become uneasy during conversations about trust. Women who cheat might also display vague or unclear financial behavior. Using household money secretly. If you notice any discrepancies in your family's spending, it's worth looking into further. While women who cheat may not spend as much as men, as their lover may cover many of the expenses, there are often small financial discrepancies. There are 4 things that women fear most when they cheat: their phone, their purse, and their private possessions, which could reveal the truth. A woman who is unfaithful will be extremely protective of these items, fearing that her husband might discover evidence of her affair. For instance, if your wife, who used to leave her phone anywhere, now keeps it close or even sets a password, it could be a sign that she is hiding something. Women who cheat are very cautious, though no matter how careful they are, their phone remains one of the easiest ways to uncover their infidelity. Similarly, if she becomes unusually protective of her purse, this could be because it contains personal items or gifts from her lover. Just the act of touching or moving her purse can make her anxious. When a husband tries to help his wife by hanging her purse or touching it, a guilty wife may overreact, thinking that her husband suspects her. Lastly, if your wife becomes overly sensitive about her laundry, this could be another sign of infidelity. Normally, wives don't mind if their husbands help with the laundry, but women who cheat often fear that their clothes might carry the scent of another man's cologne. Sensitive areas like the neck can easily bear the marks of passionate encounters. And if she insists on covering up, or avoids letting you see her body, this may be another red flag. Finally, her gaze may betray her guilt. According to experts, a woman who cheats often feels guilty, and this guilt can cause her to avoid direct eye contact. If she avoids looking into your eyes when you discuss issues of trust or loyalty, it may be a sign that she is hiding something. Why do men find married women so attractive? While single women are undeniably beautiful, there is something especially captivating about married women. Did you know that most men have fantasized about having a relationship with a married woman at some point? There is an irresistible charm in a married woman's grace. Many men openly admit that they've been attracted to a married neighbor or colleague. So, what makes married women so alluring? First, married women tend to be more confident than single women or younger girls. They carry themselves with grace and express themselves naturally, often without realizing how much their confidence adds to their charm. This self-assuredness makes them more appealing. Second, they understand men's needs. As experienced observers, married women know how to handle situations with maturity and are more attuned to men's emotions and psychological needs. When a woman knows what a man wants, she can quickly assess the situation and build a connection if she chooses to. Third, they are more comfortable with themselves. Having experienced love and marriage, married women tend to be more at ease with who they are. They are aware of their strengths and do not feel the need to hold back. This self-assurance makes them even more attractive. Fourth, they are calm and composed. Unlike younger women, who might let their emotions get the better of them, married women are often more composed and level-headed. They approach situations with wisdom, and this calmness makes men feel more secure in their presence. Fifth, they are not easily swayed. Few married women are inclined toward extramarital affairs. They are not easily impressed or charmed by others. However, men often have a strong instinct to conquer, and the more challenging the pursuit, the more it excites them. The allure of a married woman often makes her seem like a distant goddess, which only adds to her attractiveness. Finally, married women are often physically attractive. Many married women maintain their bodies well and know how to present themselves. Their physical beauty, combined with their confidence, makes it difficult for men to resist being drawn to them. In conclusion, married women possess a unique combination of confidence, experience, and charm that makes them irresistible to men. This blend of qualities is what makes them stand out compared to single women.